On your mark. Get set. Go.
Today is all about them, and as we run and walk and make our way to the guard center, you know, every step of the way, let's think about them and their families. So God
I used to work with all three of them. I do this in a remembrance of their spirit and to bring them back home because they never made it back from the IHOP. I believe the 17th Sustainment Brigade that is deployed is also honoring this run by doing a 5K this morning.
5 years ago, it was a tragic day for the Nevada National Guard. We lost three fellow soldiers, Lieutenant Colonel Heath Kelly, Master Sergeant Christian Origi, and Sergeant First Class Miranda McElhenney. They died at a shooting in an IHOP in Carson City. And for the last 5 years, the Guard has hosted a run up in Carson City. 17th Sustainment Brigade is currently deployed overseas in Kuwait, and Sergeant Major James Richardson decided to host a shadow run for the soldiers over here to complement what they're also doing in Carson City.
We were getting ready for drill, and he had come up and told me, hey, there's been a shooting in Carson. And he said Riggy's involved, and he didn't really have anything else on anybody else. And I think from that point on, just listened to his tone, and we knew that it was a pretty bad deal. So, you know, from just a personal perspective, you know, I got to know Sergeant Riggy very well in our deployment to Afghanistan. I mean, he was a pretty central figure in some of the things we were doing. He was one of our primary supply sergeants. I knew all three soldiers that we ended up finding out that had passed away, that had been killed. I knew him fairly well, but Riggy, as things go, he'd just come back from his deployment, and it was just a tragic thing. You know, we didn't lose anybody on our deployment, and he was probably the third or fourth soldier that we had lost post-deployment to just various motorcycle accidents or that type of thing, just tragic accidents that didn't really happen to us while we were deployed.
I was actually in the OTAG building, the Office of the Adjutant General in Carson City, which is about probably 3 to 4 miles away from the IHOP. You don't think it's going to happen in your life, but it does, and it turns families, upside down. It definitely affected the Nevada National Guard. Command Sergeant Major Richardson put this remembrance run on this morning, and I think because it was something that was actually, it affected me because I knew them. These were great people. These were good soldiers. They did good stuff for the community. They believed in what they did. I think everybody heals in their own way. As I've mentioned, I remember this day in my own way. I don't go to that IHOP just because that's my thing. I don't want to go there, so I'll go to other IHOPs, but I don't want to go to that one. And but I do remember the good things that all three of those soldiers did.